we want to drive occupancy, right? But we also want to have a good customer experience. So I think simplicity is key. You know, and it's really interesting to look at other industries that are e-commerce industries, verticals that are, like airline bookings, hotel booking platforms, people that are really kind of pushing that kind of that urgency to get the sale as well. I think it's quite important from the operator perspective. But then also, we have to look at the generational shift, right? I mean, who are going to be booking self-storage boxes, facilities, units within the next 10 years? They're going to be on their mobile, they're going to be expecting a certain type of experience online. So I think it's important to kind of review that and find a software and feature set that's going to give them those options, right?
Yeah, I think as we look at the online move-in workflow and how I think one of the things that is interesting as you map that out is is you've got an experience that can start on the website and then it can end up in the call center. You've got an experience that can start on the website and then end up in the facility, and ensuring that whatever that experience, whether the tenant is going all the way through that workflow online or they're going through the call center, understanding what that conversion looks like and ensuring that that customer has a strong experience all the way through. And so it gets back into ensuring your inventory is synced up, ensuring that you're able to merchandise and market your facility well through that online move-in process. And then as you're doing conversion funnel tracking to understand how they're converting and seeing where people are dropping off, that you've got the ability to customize that experience, to be
Mm.
able to address that information, to optimize that experience. And so the more hard coded it is, it's the harder it is for you to make sure that you're maximizing that experience. And so I know not to sound like an ad, but as we introduced tiered pricing here a few months ago, being able to have good, better, best, and be able to communicate with the customer, or the prospect on the website, to be able to understand and what units might best fit their needs. Those are some of the things that make sure that that experience is good and that they're getting the right unit that they're going to be most happy with. One, understanding what you're trying to store, understanding, giving them the option if you're charging a little bit more because it's close to the elevator, or it's climate controlled, and making sure that you have those options to be able to merchandise that unit to be able to maximize the space. I was looking at reports yesterday, and we did our webinar yesterday for our install base, and we were talking about just the continued growth in climate controlled units. And so we're seeing that continued growth, and we know that that's a feature that's important to a lot of customers. And so making sure that as they're going through that online process, it's not just, hey,
Mhm.
I'm renting a 5x10. It's, I want a 5x10, I want it close to the elevator, and I want it climate controlled. That you're giving them those options so that experience is seamless. Because if they have in their mind they want a climate controlled unit and they're going through one website process versus another, and you have that option, they're going to feel much more comfortable checking out, knowing that they're getting what they want.